saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are working on the Hardbody. So this weekend is Mopar Nationals. So for those that are around here or from around here know that Mopar Nationals is always the burnout weekend. So I'll insert a clip here. I've went 2 years. I've went to Mopar Nationals 2 years in a row with the Cummins. The first year I did a massively huge burnout. The second year, it was kind of a disappointment. Each year it gets trashier and trashier, and it gets more and more hectic, and I just don't feel comfortable taking my truck there for the simple fact that people are so reckless and don't care about anything, and people's cars get hit, and when you're doing a burnout you constantly have to worry about running somebody over, and everyone's just so slam packed in there. Like, it's just not worth me taking my truck there and damaging it. So with that being said, but yeah, like last year, the whole ordeal, there's a video on here. I had a guy almost hit me in his Jeep and then did a burnout in front of my truck like a foot away and blew the tires off the truck, the Jeep, like some piece of shit Jeep. Like, blew the belts and everything, and all the stuff hit the front of my truck, and I wasn't happy about it. So, as immature as it sounds, to get revenge, we like blew a gigantic cloud of smoke on him.
Hey, I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but little backstory. This dude cut Zach off when he went to go do his burnout, and like he asked Zach, like, can I get in front of you? And Zach said no, but he did anyways. And they're all sitting on a trailer, and we're gonna go smoke the shit out of them. So should be quite interesting. Yeah, just go. Do you guys smoke?
And I know it's like really ricey and like the typical diesel thing to do, which I'm not typically like that, but he just had it coming. Yeah, it just wasn't cool what he did. So with that being said, I really just don't want to take the Cummins to do burnouts at that location. Now, this guy is going to take the duty for doing burnouts at that location because I don't care so much about it. If he got hit, I wouldn't be very upset. Obviously, I would still care, but not nearly as much as if the Cummins got hit. You know, have a ton of money and work in that. So, this will be doing the burnouts at Bryce, or at O'Reilly's, the location for Mopar Nationals, and we got to get it ready. So we need to, I just ripped the 5% tint off the windshield. I just did that as kind of a joke. So I have my 20% tint. It finally came in, it's over there in that box. Got to tint the windshield 20%. I want to check out the AC to see. So I charged the AC, not sure if I said this in the last video or not, but I charged the AC and it held cold AC, but then it started leaking Freon. I think it's either an O-ring or it's the hose. Either way, I think it's fairly easily to be fixed. So we got that to do. We need to tie down the battery cables because they keep coming loose. We gotta tie this exhaust up. We actually put an exhaust on the Hardbody. All we did was cut off this junky muffler right here because it was literally dangling off and it had an exhaust leak anyways. So we just chopped that off, and yeah, so I'll show you guys what it sounds like real quick. It sounds louder than what it really is. Like, I drove around the block the other day and it wasn't really that bad. I think it sounds pretty good for a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. When it's turboed and it's hood stacked, that'll be even sicker. But I don't think it sounds too bad. We do need to figure out a way to get the exhaust higher because I actually flipped the rear leaf to stiffen up the rear suspension. Not sure if I said this in the last video either, but the truck sits a ton lower and it's the exhaust drags driving down the road. So we got to figure something out with that, get it up a little higher. So tint the windshield, fix the battery cables, fix the exhaust. fix the AC, which I think I said, and then test drive it. I drove around the block a couple times. That's really all the test driving I've got to do. I'm planning on test driving it to AutoZone to return that power steering kit I had bought. The door cards are not going to go back in yet until I get front door speakers. We did put new radio in the truck. Just this, I bought this for the Cummins too. You really can't beat it. It's a $20 radio from Walmart, okay? It's a dual radio. And the reason why they're so cheap is because they don't have CD players, but it's completely Bluetooth. It connects to your phone as soon as you get in the truck. Like, I love it. I mean, I don't care how cheap it is. I love the radio. It works perfectly for what I need it for. So, put that in the truck. So we finally have a way to listen to music. And yeah, and then we really need to clean it. We need to clean the other truck, and we need to clean the BMW too. But, you know, we'll get around to that. And the garage, look how bad. The garage is so dirty, dude. It's because I've just been in here hammering stuff out and not cleaning up after. One of the main reasons why I'm trying to get all the trucks running, which I said in the last video, is I really want to get all the floors painted and the walls painted up in here and get this whole corner cleared out completely before it starts to get cold, and because we're really going to start pumping some projects out of here. I do plan on buying at least one more vehicle or two before winter time, or in the middle of winter. I really want to get two more, but I'm really pushing it on car space here, and my neighbors already like complained. So, by the way, we still are going to put the hydro brake in the truck. It's just been something I've been putting off because I'm not 100% sure on how I want to do it yet. And another thing we did get is we got a quick release steering wheel. Just nothing fancy, but I didn't know this because I'm new to the whole like car stuff, but you have to have a hub adapter to put a quick release in, so I gotta buy a hub adapter. So hopefully I can get that somewhere local, I don't know. And yeah, so I'm not gonna like show a time lapse of me taking the windshield or anything because I need to hurry up, knock it out. So when I come back on this, the windshield will be done. Okay, so we got the exhaust fixed. I kind of just jammed it up in between there, so it'll probably rattle off the frame a little bit. And then the windshield is cut and heat shrunk. It just has to be applied to the inside, but the electric went out while in the middle of tinning that, so we'll have to wait till that gets back on. They're currently trimming some lines out back. Got the AC line figured out. Hang on. Let me grab that. Okay, so we got the AC line figured out. There was a hairline crack in it, so we just put some JB Weld on it and we're gonna send it. If not, it's only like a $20 line. Figure it's worth a shot. So yeah, and then yeah, so we're almost done. We just gotta tighten that line on once that dries, and then heat shrink or put the window or windshield tint on the inside, and we can go test drive this thing. So yep. Okay, we got the power back on now. Everything's fixed. AEP guy is gone. So just figured I'd show you now that you can see. There was a hairline crack I would have showed you guys, but there's like a hairline crack right here, very small. So I was just like, you know what, screw it, we'll try JB Weld. I don't care what people say. JB Weld is the most magnificent thing to ever walk the earth. And guess what? That's only a $20 line, and I don't really care. If it fixes it, it fixes it. If it doesn't, guess what? I'll go buy the line. Mostly, I just don't have the time to get the line. It's not even money. I just don't have the time to go mess around with AutoZone trying to get the right line for this thing. So, we'll see if that works. If not, guess what? We'll replace it. We'll put some more Freon in it, and then we'll be good to go. Now, we need to get the windshield tinted, but I want to throw that line back on because my hands are super dirty, and I don't want to touch this with dirty hands. So, take care of this real quick, and we should be able to go test drive this thing. Okay, we took the 5% off, put the 20% on. With the lights shining directly on it, like you can kind of see in, so it doesn't look terrible. The AC line is back on. Exhaust should be good. It looks like it's, oh yeah, it's way taller than what it was, so we should be good as far as the exhaust goes. I think it came out pretty good. This time around definitely went way better. Like, there's no air bubbles around the edges, no white gaps, nowhere where it's peeling. I definitely took my time with this one versus the last time I tinted the windshield. It was like the last thing I did, so I was exhausted. But yeah, it turned out really good. Like, no light gaps. Let's get inside the truck. No light gaps inside. Turned out really good. So we'll see how it holds up along with the other windows. But I think we're going to test drive it to AutoZone. So we'll see. Okay, so far so good. There is one thing that we did forget to do though, and that was fix the battery terminals. What happens is they literally bounce off. Look at this. Wait a second. Oh, this one isn't as bad. Usually the positive or the negative side will come off, but this side, so they bounce around and they just come right off. So I think that's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. So I don't know, I might continue this into tomorrow, but Hardbody is done. You can't see it, but it's there. Hardbody is good to go. Need to just get those battery cables tightened down, and then the Cummins is good to go. We were gonna go wash that tonight. You guys can't see anything. We were gonna wash the Cummins tonight, but it started raining, so one, I can't drive the truck in the rain because we haven't got rear tires yet, and two, there's no sense in washing a truck when it's raining. So got the BMW parked in the backyard because we're very limited on parking. Again, you can't see anything. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video.